All things tease. Who's flagging me? Not on TikTok, they're not. They shouldn't be. Oh, on YouTube. No, you guys, when I'm in my car and it's running, the Bluetooth is connected to the speaker. And when I shut my car off and get out, the sound stays off on my phone. It happens to me all the time. That's what happened to YouTube. So then I have to do a restart of the app. That's like if you go check my YouTube right now, I bet it has sound. Yeah, see, exactly. That's all it is. Hello, YouTube. You can hear me, Hannah Banana. We're looking at the gate where they just entered with all the canines. It's a much wider scene than you're looking at. Let me zoom out for everybody. All right. We're searching for multiple people inside. The perimeter is here and here, but this is where they're looking. There's your airship right overhead over this building. And I was listening to it in the car. I didn't hear what originally happened, but they've been looking for multiple people, and then a lot of other people came to help them. So they just brought in the canines. And now they're in there. They gave the canine announcements, and they started the search less than 3 minutes ago. They've been searching with canine for about 3 minutes. They had to tell all of the whole community, basically, they had to tell to keep your pets inside, because the canines will attack your pet. So they had to make sure everybody put their little chihuahuas in the house before they got eaten. I'm just trying to go downtown and see if I can get a ticket to get in the Grammys, which is highly unlikely, but whatever. It's a Bad Bunny, Kendrick Lamar night. They're going to win all the awards. I just wanted to see the one performance of War Pigs. I'd like to see that live, honestly, but I went to the Grammys in 2004. It was one of the greatest concerts I've ever been to. I saw 19 bands in one night, and including Prince opened the show. Circa 2004, I forget what year that. Prince opened it. Foo Fighters. I mean, it just went on and on. It's back when the Grammys was awesome. It's back when the Grammys used to be awesome. So we should expect, the command post is just right there to my right, but I think they're going to pull these guys right out of this gate, because this is where they went in with canine. There's a canine unit there, but I'll walk down to the command post if not. When they drag these guys out, we're not hearing any chatter on the tactical. We know they're searching actively and currently. Daisy is doing pretty good, you know. I had a problem where she was like, it seemed like she was drowning herself, which I said that. But her whole neck and chest and everything would just be drenched in water, because even though that eye doctor said she's not blind, she kind of is. I don't know if she's just senile or going, I think she has early onset dementia based on my vet telling me that. Damn, there's a canine right there. There's canine right there searching. They don't even have a perimeter on this gate. They're just letting that canine could run right out that open gate right now. I thought it was a coyote. I thought that was a fucking coyote. That was not a coyote. I'll be honest with you. The way they tape these off and back you off of canine, it's a little bit weird that that's just a wide open gate. You see that officer? And they're just letting the canine right by there. Whatever. What do I care? Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. You guys, it's not that difficult. We do have the radio on. They're searching for several suspects. I don't know what they did, but it's a felony. And I did hear one of them or somebody's armed. I know that. Hold on.
I guess I'll start at this cul-de-sac.
So not only
11 Washington.
not only are they searching this building immediately in front of you, but
they're immediately on the other side of the wall, cul-de-sac right now. So I'll let you know when they're clear.
so on the other side of the wall behind this building,
Okay, so they're in those newer apartments, white ones, correct?
there's a cul-de-sac.
Negative. They're in the apartment buildings that are on the Saticoy side. So at the very end of the cul-de-sac, I don't know if that's a Maple Gate or whatever. They're right off the other side of that.
That's where we're at. This is Saticoy, so we're on the Saticoy side. If you guys want to know how to,
Go ahead.
There's also kind of a walkway space between the brick wall of the apartments we're currently in and your first. I don't know if it's accessible for you or not. The fences are pretty high. I don't know if there's room underneath them though to access it.
he's talking about this perimeter. He's talking about the wall right there, you guys. See that wall? Either he's talking about that wall or he's talking about this wall. Because the dogs, we saw the dog go down the side of both of them.
Moving off of that block wall there.
All right, so they're searching. The suspects are literally, they think, on the side of the building here. Your perimeter's here. It goes all the way down. There's the command post. But really, this is the perimeter. And then Morello here is blocked perimeter. Here's your K-9 officers. If you need proof that you're in Panorama City, just look at those icicle lights that they have not taken down yet. You see those icicle lights? It's February 1st. You see those poorly hung Christmas lights? I'm very critical of badly hung Christmas lights. Not only are they poorly hung, look at the sagging nature of those Christmas lights. Not only, and then look at the curtains. It's just a red blanket. The Christmas lights abruptly stop right there. See? And they should have been taken down before February 1st. Today is February 1st. Why is the zoom feature better on this iPhone 16e than it is the 16 Pro Max? That's what I want to know. Is that just YouTube that's allowing that? What's the white clothing on the road? Welcome to LA. I don't know if that has anything to do with what we're doing, but that white clothing right there on the road is just typical LA in the middle of the road debris. It's just, we're in Panorama City, guys. Or no, we're in Pacoima. We're not in Panorama City. We're like in Pacoima-ish. Or North Hollywood. I'm not sure. We're on the border of North Hollywood and Pacoima, essentially. So there was probably a flea market happening here on Saticoy before this went down. It's Sunday. You know what I like to do on Sundays when they have flea markets and farmers flea markets and farmers market? This is what I like to do. I like to get a nice greasy ass.
11 to 16 cut long.
Hold
11741 Saticoy.
All right, 741 Saticoy. Hold on. I gotta stay focused. 11727. So 41. He's right to my left, searching. Anyway, I like to get a nice, really greasy pizza, unhealthy pizza, where it's just dripping off of the fucking pizza right into your lap. And then roll down my window and drive right by the farmer's market. And I like to yell, I like to say fuck. I flip off the farmer's market with one hand while I got the grease dripping down my arm and the pizza in my other hand. And I say, fuck you and your gluten-free, grass-fed,
Walkway.
uh,
I got past my first one, but
your
this one's
gluten.
pretty clear.
Hold on. Your gluten-free, grass-fed, soy-infused, sugar-free,
We're gonna be out of that complex.
cabbage that you're selling here. Do they sell cabbage?
Okay.
There's Canine going in. There's Canine. All right, they're continuing the search right here. Okay, we're gonna watch this. Hold on. All right, now they're gonna search this building right here. That's 741. We're following K9. They're telling that woman to get the hell out of here so they can take K9 up. All right, so now they're searching 757. This is 41. They're in 57 with the K9. Is that 41? 11741 7757. Watch out for the K9.
What is it about?
They're searching for somebody for a. I don't know what they did.
Lots of activity.
They're searching for some criminals. These people are trying to walk into the building. They're clearing it with K9 right now. Oh, so that manager let them in or something. I think this lady let them into the parking garage. They're probably hiding in here in this building. I bet they're on the roof of this building, actually. My instincts are telling me they're on the roof of this one. See what I'm saying? I think they're up there on top of that roof. They're not on this roof because you can see it. I think they're up there hiding in the water tank like Lisa Lamb. There they go with the dog. Now they're entering with K9. Well, you're going to find out real fucking fast if they're in there. There's some kind of an armed person or persons. It sounds like persons because when I was listening to this call on the way here, there were multiple people, and then they must have called their friends because then a bunch of people showed up and were confusing the scene. They've been here for a while. We just got here right when K9 was deployed, so we're here perfect timing. We're here perfect timing because right now the search is on, so sometimes these K9s fuck people up pretty good. And sometimes the K9s get shot and killed, which infuriates me, but that's another story. K9 just entered that parking garage. K9 just cleared this building. This is 4-1. They just cleared it. Now they're clearing 757. They've already cleared probably the whole perimeter. I think they're on the roof. Either that or they bust or they got friends in this building. The helicopter is flying way lower than normal. It's not usually it's usually not. I don't usually see it like ripping it up like that. Can you see the helicopter? Yeah, it's just right there. Hold on.
Negative.
Oh.
Behind there, my next one's a meeting. I'm gonna check and hold.
Okay, Roger.
Helicopter's keeping a really tight ship. on this. Make sure nobody's like creeping out the sides. K9 is currently in this building. They entered right there. Ah, shit. You guys, we're headed downtown to see if we can get a ticket to the Grammys. As soon as they pull some of these guys out. So wish me luck. Make sure you follow us if you're in the TikTok, and make sure you subscribe if you're here on YouTube. The Coffee Podcast, episode 52, is coming next week. It's coming next week. My podcast is back. I will be live streaming my podcast occasionally. The problem with live streaming my podcast on TikTok is my podcast is rated RRR, XX, and a whole bunch of other fucking letters they haven't even made up yet, okay? It's no holds fucking barred on my podcast. We talk about some very untowardly listen, TikTok would hammer us in 3 seconds. So if you want to hear that dirty ass talk, is Joe down there, Deb, already? I was looking for him, Deb. Is he down there already? Yeah, we're on the right tack channel. They haven't made a command in about 3 minutes. He is. I was looking for him on my way down there. I've just stopped by this. I saw Tony out there near the bomb sniffing dogs. But I didn't see Joe live on any scene. I expected to see him down there. Either that or see him at an after party. You guys, let me ask you this. Does Joe appear to have a good...
Come on. It's a vacant field just north of 7633 Stimson.
Does Joe appear to have a good spot to see entrances? You know what I mean? Does Joe seem to have...
It's 7633.
He does. Okay, good.
Stimson, vacant lots.
Good. Well, I'm not going down there until this concludes, you guys. I'm going there after this concludes. We're waiting to see him drag these folks out. Yeah, Tony's down there. I already saw Tony down there, but Tony was standing there where they had the dogs, and it looked like they weren't letting anyone even across the street, you know? But I'm sure there's some place. No, they haven't found him. K9 is still searching. This should be coming to a conclusion momentarily. Just give K9. Here's K9 right here. You want to see their truck?
For cameras. It's 1122. 1122. Roger.
Valley on Scene, put me on your podcast. Well, I definitely have you do a show. It would be a dedicated episode. Valley on Scene. I stopped doing my podcast like 10 years ago. That's a long time, I understand, but I just rebooted it. So it's not the first episode back. It's going to be next week. But I will be doing full episodes with streamers. I'll be doing full episodes with streamers. So make sure it's probably good if you have a good mic, you know, because these are going to be, I have a much smaller studio now, so and now we can do it remote. So anybody that is a guest will be a remote guest. So you can use your phone to do it, but it'd be better if you had like a laptop and a decent mic. So K9's in there. The dog's right behind that line back there. I would go across the street, but honestly, I'm not gonna stand out in the sun. What do you fucking take me for? It's fucking hot out in the sun. Hello, Lupita. It's just waiting on the tactical channel here, everybody. Waiting to hear what's happening. Hey, what's happening? You know, if you guys like the live or share it out, it'll put it out in the For You page. You know. Oh, that goes back like that.
Okay, Raj. I'm finishing one, and then I got one more before those.
Thank you, Diane. They're just going house to house right now, man.
I'm back here.
Temperature's perfect in the shade. If you go stand in the sun for 10 minutes, it'll fucking melt you. Thank you for the confetti. Cricket, thank you. They're just kind of going apartment to apartment. And there's actually a few homes right behind these two buildings they're actually also searching. So right now they're clearing this parking garage. They just entered.
Never mind, we just gotta wait.
All right, they just entered here. They're clearing this building, this parking garage, and the cul-de-sac that's right behind it is being cleared currently by K9.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
You going
I
that?
live right there.
Where at? In this building?
The next one. The fuck?
On that street?
Yeah, what's going on?
Ah, that's where they're at.
Who's they?
What? They're looking for somebody, but they're in there with the canine. And is that a building next door or a house?
So there's these apartments, and then there's apartments. There's like a couple houses in between, and then there's
a little cul-de-sac, right?
no.
Oh.
So like you have this apartment, right? And then next to it there's a couple of houses, and then there's my place.
They just cleared this building. They just entered that door with canine, but they're on the other side.
If I live there, then
He won't. You can ask him, this cop here, but he'll tell you. But I would ask him. He's gonna tell you canines in the street, which it is. But another way to do it, the other way to do it is if you go to the next street and then just cut through somebody's yard. Oh, it's blocked. What's up, Rockstar Rockstar? Hello. They're just searching for somebody. So they're searching for criminals, crime. I don't know what happened though. But they have the Pedro, the dog, and they're searching with the dog. Hey, Rockstar Fuckface, what's happening? I'll just hide you since it's... You don't mind me hiding you from the channel forever since it's a fake live, so goodbye. Bye. Where's Waldo? Where is Waldo? This is the guy I was just talking to. This is the guy that just said, fuck, how am I going to get home? I told him how to get home. All you have to do is go to the next street and then cut through somebody's yard. I know that's trespassing technically, but we all cut through our neighbors' yards. You know what I mean? You're just gonna cut through real quick. I told him, go to the next street, cut through, and you'll fucking be right home. And then once you're home, the cops can't say anything. You're on private property. Look at him, he's like, I live right there. Dude, even if he came to this building where they started the search, it's not cut. He could cut right through here and get home. People aren't very bright, man. You know what? People just aren't real bright. People aren't real bright. It's easy to cut. It's like cutting school, you know? You figure it out. Maybe he's the suspect? I don't know, but this guy has brought out a table and chairs so he can sit down and watch it like it's a show. You know what I mean? First he went by either that or he's going the long way around moving furniture. Jesus Christ. What does cutting mean? A lot of different things. Some people cut themselves to make themselves feel because they're just numb and they don't feel in the first place. And then some people cut school. Some people cut cake. Some people cut cheese, if you know what I'm saying. My buddy's nickname is Cutter. We call him Cutter because his last name is Cure Cutter, so we call him Cutter. So his name is Cut. What else is there? There's a lot of other ways you can cut. You can cut a rug. Like I can cut a rug. Actually, I can't cut a rug. But I used to be able to do the kickworm, and I can still moonwalk a little bit. So there's that. You can cut hair. Yeah. You can cut hair. You can wear cut-offs, you know. You can wear cut-off jeans like Daisy Dukes. Did you guys know that the producers did not want Daisy to wear the Daisy Dukes on the Dukes of Hazzard?
You got a black SUV head your way, it's clear, so no problem.
So Daisy Duke, she made those shorts, and
When you guys come down here, I can talk to you real quick.
they wanted her to wear what was called a tulip dress. Am I saying the right word? Maybe tulip is the wrong word. But there's some dress that looks like a 1960s dress that it's like a bell, or I forget what it's called. They wanted her to wear that, and she said, no, I'm wearing these Daisy Duke cutoffs, and the producers were like, we're not doing that. But somehow she convinced them to let her do it. And that's that story. Because we're still talking about cut. What else can you do to cut? You can cut taxes. Exactly, Middle J. You can cut taxes. Yeah, I said cut the cheese already. Yeah, I said that, guys. We already did that joke. Somebody just said, cut it out, Tim. That's the best one so far. She said, cut it out, Tim. You can cut lines, exactly. You see how excited my brain got because see how that triggered the endorphins? That I just had a dopamine rush when I said cut lines. You could hear it in my voice. I'm still coming down off of that. Right when you said cut lines, I had a dopamine spill in my brain, and you could hear it right in my voice. That's the trauma you suffer when you do make terrible decisions earlier in your life. Literally. You can cut the grass. You can make a jump cut if you're a filmmaker. That's really good, okay? That's really good. You can cut out if you have a bad radio signal, like it's going, you can cut out. You can cut ties. This whole cut thing is really stupid. We could cut, whoever said cut it out, Tim, is right. You could cut out whatever we're doing, we could cut it out. We could stop doing that. I think we should stop it. We should cut our losses right now and stop it. You can cut onions. You could cut funding to ICE or the federal government. Babies cut teeth. You can sell cut. Right, you can cut your coke, right, with fentanyl. You can, oop, don't use that word. Stop it. Whoever said that, get out of here. What are they? Can somebody go tell these guys to hurry the fuck up? I got shit to do.
Yeah, we're just tied up one south. Trying to get a couple dogs put up. I don't think it's anybody's home now, so I'll let you know, but I'm one away from the quadplex.
They're one away from the quadplex. They have a yard where 2 dogs are out, and they're trying to figure out how to put those dogs away so they can search that part. So that's one little hang up they're having. You expect the police to do their job in a timely manner and not stand around doing nothing.
1122, 1122.
Yeah, I hear you. Delta wants me to go play in traffic. Thank you. Appreciate it. I still see people are still talking about cut over here. Will I be going to any Grammy after party? I will probably not be going to an after party unless if I get an invite to go inside of a Grammy party. I will not turn that down. But I have to work on television tomorrow, so I have to get a good night's rest because I will be on television this week. So I'm going to the Grammys early. But if I was invited to a Grammy party after I got a ticket to the Grammys, then I would go learn how to cut lines again. You know what I'm saying? What do I do on TV? I'll be working on George and Mandy's first wedding, or whatever, first marriage. I think they made that the title of the show so they can have season 3 will be like George's second wedding to Mandy's second wedding to George's to the Mexican contractor, you know, who she cheated on George with. It's going to be Mandy and Pepe's first wedding because Mandy's going to cheat on George with Pepe, the Mexican contractor, at their house. That comes and fixes stuff at their house. What if Diddy invited me? Well, I would go. What do you mean, what if Diddy invited me? I would go. What, do you want me to have principles? Yeah, it's 80 degrees out. Hello, Connie. Yeah, why don't you guys double tap the screen for a like so we can share this YouTube out? Why don't you subscribe to the channel, please? Right here. Beak! See that subscribe button? Tell us what's happening. They're searching for armed suspects inside of this perimeter. They have the canine dogs deployed. They have pretty much been in there for a while here knocking it out, and They're currently trying to get 2 dogs put away on a property where nobody seems to be home, and they can't search that property until they put that homeowner's dogs away so they can take their dogs in. I have a feeling that's where the suspects are. Like they say, it appears nobody's home and there's 2 dogs outside. I think those slicksters are in that property. Possibly. Listen, let's take a walk and look down the street. Okay, we've watched the whole thing go down. The command post is right there. This is a perimeter car. Canines went in. We watched them search this whole property. Canines entered here, searched that property. And now they're on Morello searching multiple properties. So let's get over here.
Advise control, ticket alarm on Simpson. It's going to be us.
Okay, they're saying they're going to trigger an alarm more than likely on Morello here. So now their search has moved. Well, I can't really see from there. There's more canine vehicles here. But now there are a couple buildings up searching. They're still searching in there.
It might be 7649. 49 runner.
They thought they had them pinned down in these first 2 buildings, but they're not pinned down in these first 2 buildings. You know? Why did I just hear? Oh, there's the chopper. I thought the helicopter left. It's still here. They got a lot of turf to search here. It's not. I mean, it's a 1 square block perimeter, but there's a lot of apartment buildings. That's the issue. So we're waiting on tactical.
Direction is going to be 7643.
All right, right now they're in 7643 Morello. That's what we're looking at, right up there on the right. Just right up there, pretty much where that box truck is where they're at. Like 7643 Morello with the canines. We're waiting on them. I'm under the chopper. I'm right under it. It's circling over my head. You're looking at the middle of the chopper. We just watched canines search these 2 buildings. So they started their search right there. They cleared this building. The canine entered this building, actually. They came out the backside here. There actually could still be in right here. I'm not even sure for sure. He said 7643. Oh, take it easy. There's canine right there. There's canine right there on the sidewalk. There they are with the canine. There they are. So you're looking at canine right now. There's the search. So now they're entering. I don't know if they're entering, but you can see them standing there there they went in. They just entered that property. There they go. They just entered that property. We'll see what happens. Canine is the dog. Oh yeah, they could be in that blue bin. Actually, they could be in that blue bin. But they're very close to wrapping up this perimeter. They're close. Why the chopper? Because if they get flushed out and they start running at a point on the perimeter where the cops don't have visual, the helicopter will see them scrambling like little rodents.
Bungalows right now.
Have you ever sprayed insecticide on an infested area and watched all the roaches scramble? Well, you gotta have perspective from above so you can see that happening.
Okay.
So that's why the chopper's up there. It's got a visual on the perimeter from above. I don't know what this guy's moving for. Anyway, I want to keep an eye on this property they just went in. Whoa. I think he's backing up to stop traffic. Or no, they're letting eastbound traffic go. Oh, he's just getting out of the sun. I don't know how many's in there. I don't know how many they're looking for sure. I'm not exactly sure of the number. But it is multiple. I'm not sure what they did yet either. I mean, we can go ask that cop, I guess. What was your favorite film role? Says John Perry. Thank you for the $10, John. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. John, that's a hard question because I haven't done a lot of acting, but let me start with my biggest disappointment. I was up to be the lead in an independent movie called Greasewood Flat.
Go ahead.
But I ended up just having...
Just out of curiosity, that like double fence walkway there, did that continue on the east side of the street if you saw it by chance?
But my favorite...
You mean that alleyway?
I've never really had a good role, honestly.
Right, but did it go on the east side of Simpson, like and continue?
Negative.
But my favorite experiences, I don't know. Fuck, they're countless, actually. I liked working with Pee Wee Herman on his movie a lot. I thought it was a great day. Paul Rubens is a good dude.
Primary, you guys know what color shoes the suspect was wearing?
Favorite time on a film set? Probably... I mean, it depends. Like, I'm pretty proud of my Super Bowl commercial. I did a Super Bowl commercial with the guys. I think his name is Sam, I forgot. He's the guy that became famous directing Smells Like Teen Spirit. He directed that video. And I'm pretty proud of the work I did. You lucky because it's 20 here in Pennsylvania. So my Super Bowl Budweiser commercial, I was pretty stoked about how I made that work out. And the way I booked it. Thank you for the $2, Jacob Keenly. Thank you so much. Hold on. Yes, John Perry, I do. I worked with Danny Trejo on a movie. That's another movie I could have starred in, actually. And I know it sounds weird to say I didn't turn a movie down, but there were some bad filmmakers making a movie. And we were able to get Danny in that. Danny We're literally standing in the neighborhood that Danny grew up in. Danny grew up a few miles north of where we're standing. I think in Sylmar, I believe, right here around Pacoima. So these are literally the Danny Trejo fucking neighborhoods. And I've gotten in trouble before, so I've done my time at the celebrity AA meetings. The thing with AA meetings in Los Angeles is I used to go to the Ozzy Osbourne AA meeting, John Perry. It was at 5 o'clock in the belly room of the Comedy Store on Monday nights. And that was not famously known because they're anonymous meetings, but they didn't list that meeting. But that was called the Ozzy Osbourne meeting, in the back of the belly room upstairs. And then long after that, that became Bobby Lee's meeting. Bobby Lee started running the Comedy Store AA meetings. And there will be an in memoriam tonight at the Grammys for Ozzy Osbourne. I actually was lucky enough to run into Duff McKagan, and he was telling me he was on his way to rehearsal, actually. He was rehearsing War Pigs with Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer and Slash. And so they'll be playing War Pigs tonight at the Grammys. Thank you, John. I appreciate you. Thank you. My mind is so distracted right now from this call, and I'm just trying to decide when I make my breakdown for the Grammys, because they really are holding me up here. Samantha says, hey, pick me up. Well, where the hell are you at? You want to go to the Grammys? Is that what you're saying? What up, Tahiti? We're waiting for these canines to drag some people out so we can continue downtown. I was on my way downtown and I saw this going on. And so we're waiting for them to drag these guys out so we can get our asses down to what we call the Grammys in LA. Which, listen, you're from Los Angeles? Where are you at in Los Angeles? And I'll tell you if it's doable. I'll tell you if it's doable.
Roger. I need you to land on me, please.
Suzanne and Bruce, thank you. Yes, I am a YouTube partner. You guys, I'm a musician. You forgot musician, Suzanne. I like to call myself a musician the day of the Grammys, because I am a musician. Damn, John Perry, thank you, man. Here's some Uber cash. Enjoy yourself tonight. Be safe. Do some lives telling some of your stories. Guarantee it's more interesting than watching these clowns. Thank you. Oh, thank you, John. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the $20 and the $10 and the $10. They're just searching for they're searching for some people. I'm not sure what the crime was, but they're just in there with the canine dogs searching right now.
Excuse me. 11 airship. So let's witness the thing from the target location. And then he probably jumped into the thing, and they're trying to work on video. He might have made it across the street.
Oh, boy. All right, listen.
Made it across the street. South on Saticoy or across Morella?
Saticoy would be south, genius. These cops never know their directions.
He made it across. It's confirmed. They got a video of him making it across Saticoy and then getting into a bar.
They gotta wait, guys. Check it out. This is what the announcement just was. They jumped between...
From the Best Western over there.
Where's the Best Western? Okay.
Okay, Captain.
These idiots.
for an airship. Just out of Salt CP. Based on that video, that came out of the perimeter, we're going to be complete with our search.
Search.
Hold the positions on the perimeter until we get the dogs up.
Okay, here's what happened, you guys. They fucking they jumped between this building and came onto Saticoy, got into a car, and everybody escaped. So that's it. Perimeter's closed. They're holding the perimeter just to bring the canine dogs out. They just reviewed video, surveillance video of they just reviewed surveillance video of them coming out right here and jumping into a car and escaping. All right, I'm gonna stay on TikTok in the car, you guys. And YouTube maybe, but I gotta head down to the Grammys. So this scene is over. They escaped, you guys. Downtown. See the chicken downtown. At the Grammys. At the Grammys. Alright. Let's keep this charging. Man, I sure would like to get a ticket in there. Can't get tickets like you used to be able to at the Grammys.
We're going to be top side of that.
All right. Is this the Best Western video they looked at? Oh, it is. This little Best Western hotel has video surveillance of those guys escaping. Shouldn't they have just, yeah, I'm going down to the Grammys now. Shouldn't they have just looked at that first? I think that might have been a good idea. If they had taken a look at that video first. Anyway, John Perry, thank you. I will go live down there again at the Grammys on YouTube and TikTok, and I will be telling better stories down there. So if you're in my YouTube, make sure you subscribe here. If you want to stay live with us, we're live on TikTok in the car as we drive downtown to the Grammys right now live. You can just jump over. It's the same username, @TimPingle. Come on over. Come on, jump on over. Unless you want to ride with here for a second, I mean, we can do that, but I gotta change clothes in the car, you guys. It's like gonna be like a remember that band that sang at the Copacabana? I gotta put my Grammy shirt on. There it is. Oh my God, look at that street hook. What's up, sweetheart? At the Copa. Copacabana. Zip, dip, 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 dip. Music is all that they're after at the Copa. Guys, I want to play a little music in the car. I can't really do that on YouTube, you know? So, that's the issue, YouTube. But we're going to leave it up anyway. Thank you, John Perry, by the way. Sorry, I was a little discombobulated. My stories are usually better than that. Oh, I probably have fucking Bluetooth on, too. Hold on. Turn that Bluetooth on. Do you have volume on that? Can you guys hear me in the YouTube properly, I mean? Ugh. Here we go, Grammys. Here we go. All right, put these on. I'll probably wear my press pass down there. All right. If you're in the YouTube, give us a, subscribe to the channel. Jump over to the TikTok because I got to end that live. I'll jump back on YouTube in about 20 minutes from the Staples Center. And we'll see what we can see down there. I'm down there trying to grift a ticket, and you used to be able to get a ticket. I went down to the fucking last time I went to the Grammys, I just went down there and bought a ticket for like $100. And I went in. It was that easy. Right off a scalper years ago. But it just doesn't work like that anymore for some reason. I may or may not currently be changing clothes. I might not have pants on right now. Is there a reflection in the mirror? Reflections in the mirror. Oh my God. Oh, I just pulled out my back muscle. Oh, somebody just pulled up next to me. My windows aren't tinted, sweetheart. Keep your eyes to yourself. What is this, a First Amendment audit on my pickle? Are you? Oh, here comes some dude selling flowers. No, dude, you're gonna see my pee if you walk over here, bro. You sure you want to see that? You'll not only be a flower salesman, but you'll be gay after you walk away. There he goes. The windows on this car are not tinted. Negative. But I wasn't able to complete the change. Time's making changes. Time's rearranging. All right. I really want to jam some music, but the problem is it'll demonetize this YouTube. But you know what? Who gives a shit?
Lifestyle and budget. Customize your...
You know what I mean? Here. All right, listen, if you're in YouTube, Suzanne and Bruce, I'll be back, Suzanne, in about 20 minutes on YouTube. But if you want to continue live, I'm on the TikTok right now. I gotta stop YouTube so I can play some copyrighted music. Otherwise, they'll demonetize this video that I'm actually making on YouTube. I know it's a lot to explain. I think most people get it. If I play any songs right now, it'll demonetize this stream. But I'll be back on YouTube in about 20 minutes. I'm staying live on TikTok, so you can come on over to TikTok. Make sure you subscribe here to the YouTube. And I'm gonna go jam a song right now.